up, Scorpio? And thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, guys, so let's jump right into your reading. Let's see what's going to be going on in your mid-month. So this is going to be April 15th to May 15th. And keep in mind, guys, like I always say, the energy here is transferable. So it could be your energy that's coming out or the energy of someone else or just like an environment around you. And this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, okay? So guys, I know I haven't done the past, present, future format in a while. I just got bored of it, but now I miss it because I haven't done it in so long. So that's where we're going, okay? All right, so what is going on for the world of Scorpio right now? And this deck, guys, that I'm using is called, what is this? Light Seers Tarot. All right. So we have your past, present, and future. Okay. So the energy that you guys have here is the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So there could be someone in a situation where they're really, really upset over something. They could be overly dramatic, you know, really just in their feelings. But it could be because you're realizing that something just wasn't steady, okay? And I see this as something that you're walking away from. And although your soul is happy that you're walking away from it, there's this sense of you guys still thinking about it and still having it in your mind, okay? So let's start with your past situation. So honestly, guys, so far I'm seeing a situation where something was just depleting you. You were feeling a loss of abundance, whether it had been financially, you know, in love, emotionally, but you're healing from that. You're getting over it. You're just acknowledging that there was that loss. So let's see why these cards are showing up. Why is this Five of Cups here? Okay, so a few fell out. All right, so I'm going to use this just for everything for the past, guys. So there was a situation that came into your life where you were closely tied to something. It could have been a person. It could have been, again, a job, whatever. So you were closely tied to something, but I feel as though this was something karmic with this Justice card here, and you really wanted this thing to kind of just... Not so much that you wanted it to, but you know you had to move away from something because someone could not be trusted. There was someone who really felt like they were in a place of authority. Maybe they felt like they had control over you. Maybe this is you feeling like you had control over someone else. And it could have been something that was seen for long term, or someone wanted it for long term, but it just didn't end up that way. We have the Eight of Wands. And this is to clarify the Nine of Pentacles, guys. And we have the Knight of Swords. For some of you, maybe an air sign came into your life, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Or you guys could have been in a place where it's like, look, I feel depleted. Something has really been draining me, and I need to take a different approach. I need to look at things a lot more logically. Okay, so it could have just been coming to a revelation. But you're at the point where it's like, listen, the worst that could have happened has happened. And with the Lover's card and the Six of Wands, having success with something that could have happened in love. All right. So I definitely see you guys manifesting something. Now that we go back to this Nine of Pentacles reversed, a lot of you could have been getting into a relationship, or maybe you were just, you know, taking something to the next level, building on something. But you're manifesting something new, and this is not something that brings you any problems. It's like you're having an unstable transition as you got to this thing, but that thing within itself did not give you any issues. Now, in your present moment, you guys, what I love is that your strongest energy here is the Emperor energy. So regardless of what you're going through, you're going to have a very realistic outlook where it's just like, despite where my feelings are, what's the most logical thing to do here? And there's something, Scorpio, that I feel you guys are not over 100% because we have this Death card in reverse, but you have the King of Swords in the reverse approach to that. So what that means is that you are going to protect yourself so heavily from something or from someone that they might even look at you and be like, wow, this person's like doing it over the top. You know, this person's really being a bitch. But it's like, no, to get a person here, this is someone that you've really had to just push to an extreme, or finally they lash out and they're just like, you know what, fuck you, you're not going to do this to me again. So it could seem very extreme the way that they are protecting themselves, but it's because they were pushed to that extreme. Okay, so you guys are heavily protecting yourself from someone something. You're just like, look, I don't care what my heart says about this. I don't care what my friends or family say about this. It's just, I can't do this. And for a lot of you, it's something that you're not necessarily over, but it's there. And what's funny, guys, is every time I see a scorned Scorpio in a reading, the energy always comes out with sword energy. Because with you guys, it's like you love so deeply and you feel so deeply, and when you're invested in something, you put your all into it. So it's like when it doesn't work out, it's like the biggest form of betrayal in a sense. It's like, how did you not see how invested I was? How could you not be on the same page as me? So you guys put this really high wall up where it's just like, nah, you're gonna learn how much you fucked me over and how much you shouldn't have done that. So it's like, it's that attitude. So why is this King of Swords here? We have the Nine of Swords. And we have the Page of Cups in the reverse. So it's something that's still heavily on your mind, Scorpio, but you know that nothing genuine was coming from it. So either you guys are removing yourselves from this, or maybe somebody else is removing themselves from the situation. But it's like you just want no part. You're ready to walk away. It's like, even if you're still on my mind, or even if you're, I'm still struggling over the concept of what we were and what we couldn't be, I'm at peace moving away from this. But again, I feel like your biggest battle at this point, guys, is just how you're mentally looking at this. Why is this Emperor here? We have the Nine of Wands. Let's get one more card. And you have the Hierophant. Really beautiful, guys. So again, you're taking the approach, like I keep saying, that you're going to look at the situation logically. I'm not going to listen to my heart this time. I'm going to listen to my mind and what it tells me to do, even if that's difficult for me. Now, with you guys standing your ground, you completely redirect your path, where now it's just like you're doing something that is not only good for you, like emotionally speaking, but now you're on the path for the reason why you were even born. Your purpose being on this earth. So whatever this was that you had to drop, it redirected you to get on the path that you needed to be on. The reason why you were put on this earth, the reason why you were born. And again, guys, the Emperor is going to do what's most logical, not what's easiest. So I always say, think of the Emperor. If you watch Game of Thrones, that's Jon Snow. It's someone who could be trusted. It's somebody who, has great morals, and they're going to do what makes sense, and they'll convince people to do what makes sense. So you're taking that approach where you're just not fighting something. I feel as though you guys are being very patient for a new beginning, although it's like you're not sure if you've taken the best moves and moving away from something, but you have. All right, so what is it that you guys are still holding on to here? Let's see why this Death card in the reverse is here. We have the World card. Okay. And we have the Empress card. So you already know this chapter's complete. You know it's done. You know you're not going back to it. But there's still emotions involved in some way, shape, or form. That's really what it comes down to. You're not over it 100%, but you're doing what you need to keep going. And there's something new. All right, there's something new that you're working on. And it shows, guys, that the chapter that you're going towards is a much better chapter for you. You're not going to be living life the same way. You're not going to be looking at people the same way. You're not going to keep the same sort of energies that you've had in the past. You're changing everything. So now you're realizing what's important, and you're paying mind to what's important. And even if it hurts you to not let in certain things, you're not going to let it in if it was going to be a detriment to you in any way, shape, or form. So you're just taking the path of no bullshit, honestly. With the Seven of Cups in the reverse, you guys are completely woke. You see things for what it is. And with this Tower card in the reverse, you're dodging all bullets that come your way. Okay. So even though something or someone might still be on your mind, you're still, mature enough to move past that. Now, looking into your future, guys, there's something that you are losing faith in. But then on the other end, you have a huge blessing that comes in, and you guys feel so powerful with this new thing. All right, so let's see why the Star card reversed is here. We have the Nine of Cups in the reverse. And you have the Chariot. So again, there's still this sense of disappointment for what didn't work out. But that doesn't mean that something else isn't taking off for you. So something's coming in, Scorpio. It's coming in fast. It's going to empower you. It's a huge blessing. It puts you on your life path. It's what you're meant to do. But just be gentle with yourself. Yeah, something didn't work out in your favor, but give it time and you're going to realize that this was not in your favor. Okay, this thing that didn't work out. So yeah, let's see why the Sun card is here. So you have these blessings pouring in. We have the Moon card reversed, and we have the Ten of Wands in the reverse. A lot of you are going to be going through a spiritual awakening, which is why I understand why these cards are coming out in the past. The quickest way to spiritual awakening, guys, is pain. Immense, heavy pain. That's the quickest way for a person to wake up, and for a lot of you, you're going to take that route. But in the future of this, you have blessings coming in. The burden's completely gone. It's completely past you. And with the Moon card in the reverse, you have such a deep and spiritual and 5D, not 3D, but a 5D understanding of why things have to happen the way that they did. And you surrender. You surrender to the energies around you and you're at peace. Okay, I don't want you guys to be in a place where you feel like you have to control everything. Right now, it's not about controlling. You want to kind of take that hanged man approach where it's just like, I'm not going to bend over backwards. I'm going to go with, you know, the yin and yang of this relation, or this situation rather. So you're just going with the flow of something, and when you surrender and you don't force anything to stay, you don't force anything to go, you just let things be, that's when you guys find true peace. So why is this here? All right, so you guys have the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So this is, for a lot of you, again, I feel a huge spiritual awakening because there's things that didn't go the way that you wanted it to. And it's like, I'm surrendering and I feel powerful in my surrender, but damn, I'm conflicted about all the things that I have to lose. And when you guys go through that spiritual awakening, when you go on your authentic path, you're going to lose a lot around you. It happens to everybody. If you haven't gone through that huge spiritual awakening yet, talk to like a light worker, talk to anybody, and they will tell you, look, I lost 99% of the people in my life when I went through this journey. So I know that awakening seems very beautiful and it seems easy and it seems peaceful. And yes, it is peaceful at the end, but going through it is probably the most painful thing you'll ever go through in life, but it's absolutely necessary. And that's where you guys are. I don't like what I have to let go, but I surrender to the energies around me. And that's why these blessings are finally going to pour in, because you surrender. So take a moment. Honestly, take a moment to yourself. Keep in mind the people who stop hitting you up. Keep in mind the people who stop, you know, checking on you, because I feel like there's going to be a loss when you realize who that is or how many people it is. But that's when you know the truth of yourself. So honestly, guys, really take a moment, because I feel like you guys are going to kind of go into hermit mode for a while, and you're going to stay to yourself for a while. And while you're to yourself, just again, keep in mind who's still there and who's not when you kind of pop up again. Okay, you're going to lose, I feel like you're going to lose a lot of people, guys, in all of this, but it's beautiful. It's a de-shedding. It was dead weight. It's not what you needed. And now you're going to see that. Okay. It takes going through huge issues to realize who's really there for you. And at first it seems unfair, but then you realize it was the greatest thing ever. I had my son when I was really young. I was like 19 years old when I had him, and I lost so many people, but literally a few years later is when I started High Vibrations, and when I started making so many amazing and authentic friends. And the people that I was so angry at for like dropping me and saying, oh, you have a kid now, you can't go out, you can't party, most of them aren't doing anything with their lives. You know, most of them are really, really struggling. So it's a blessing when people fall off. So I don't want you guys to see it as anything else. All right, so let's get you guys some guidance. The Death card in the reverse keeps wanting to pop out. So Scorpio, you guys are really battling things that you don't want to let go of. I think you guys are being a little stubborn and hard-headed when it comes to the things that you have to release. But it's going to be released, whether you willingly do it or the universe forces you. All right, you guys have the Strength card in the reverse, the Lovers card in the reverse. So whatever you were losing wasn't even strong to begin with. All right, a few cards fell out. We have the Queen of Wands, Nine of Cups, Sun card in the reverse, Devil card, Ten of Swords, and Four of Swords. Okay. So you guys are going to be in a place where there's a lot of passion and love that comes in. For some of you, you could have a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. That's going to be very significant for you. But whatever it was that you guys had to lose, maybe there was a betrayal here. Maybe something ended harshly or abruptly, but all this was the devil. It was toxicity all around you. It was blocking anything from coming in. And this is something that you guys are still stuck on a mental level at least. Okay, I'm not saying that you're still entertaining this person or entertaining this thing, but it still crosses your mind. So this is what you guys have coming. You know, no conflict. You have a lot of happiness coming in, but there's just something here that it was too much. For those that were dealing with the fire sign, if this specifically has to do with love, I feel like that's the toxic thing you're releasing. But again, this is going to vary from person to person. It is a general reading, guys. But yeah, you guys are mentally still stuck on something that was just awful for you. Okay, and the longer you stay in it, the weaker it makes you, the more it depletes you. So just see what it is and just rip the band-aid off. This is not something that you want to linger, because it's only going to bring pain while it's lingering. Okay, guys. So yeah, Scorpio, you got this. You guys are on the right track. You guys have great things coming in. The world wants to give you something solid if you allow it to. Okay, so guys, if this resonated with you, you could always make donations to the channel. I'm very appreciative of that. But if you guys need a personal reading, everything is in the description below, my website, all my information. So just shoot me an email if you guys need anything. And then you guys can follow me on Instagram, High Vibrations 44, and I'm also on Twitter, Bruja Shit. Take care, Scorpio.